Salah's got to figure some things out and get those guys in position to be going out there playing. He knows, these guys know, right, what's going on in Seattle. Okay, so they got to know a little bit, hopefully a little bit of that info that he saw when he was there. Knowing about things will help our offensive line, and then maybe also help coach up his defense to go after theirs.
Hey. Are you listening?
Niners!
Damn.
Ronbo Sports representing the Niner Empire organization worldwide. And of course, please, I invite you to join us. Go to theninerempire.com for more information and details on how you can do that. Hey fam, first of all, let me thank you for allowing me to join you for another conversation of 49ers football. The season is underway. We've already done one game. We are ready to roll in spite of what you may be thinking. Okay, we're not going to go 16-0. We can still do 15-1. But I'm just wishing, listen, we went from the Niner Empire to Chicken Little Empire. There's no need to cancel the rest of the season because we lost the opening game. A lot of great teams lost the first game of the season. It's not a reason to cancel out the rest of the season. So with that said, I'm telling you right now, we will be just fine. You know, this team, it is a new team. We threw out all the guys that weren't getting it done, and we got a bunch of new guys. It's all about chemistry. It will come on. Day after day, week after week, it will be fine. It's not the end of the season already. I got high hopes in this, and besides that, there were a lot of teachable moments in this first game that we lost. And you know, and if you don't know Kyle Shanahan, this guy is not going to be sitting comfortably having lost all his ball games. So trust the process and wait a minute, all right? Oh, speaking of which, teachable moments. I understand that Bobby Turner was not happy with how people were blocking in that game. So, and when I say Bobby Turner, I'm talking about the running backs, right? I'm talking about Matt Breida and Carlos Hyde. You know what I'm thinking is going to happen this week? Since the 49ers know, and the 49ers can't see, they've got no real run game. They're not in sync. And there's no real run game going on just yet. So you can't not have a run game and not have a passing game. So I'm just thinking a theory. I haven't read this anywhere, anything like this. It's just me thinking. But I'm thinking, if Bobby Turner got on Matt Breida and Carlos Hyde, these guys are going to be standing back in the pocket along with Brian Hoyer and give him a little more blocking protection. Because Hoyer was getting like 2, 3, he was getting 3 seconds rarely and 2 seconds usually. Because every time I was watching the game, I was counting 1. They were all over him. 1. And every time I got 2, he got the pass off. So this week, I figured Kyle Shanahan's going to say, okay, you guys hold back. So I figured Juice is going to be in the backfield along with Hyde or Breida, who's ever in the game, and they're going to sit back and they're going to play the extra body in there to keep those guys off him so he can get those passes off. We got to get a passing game going this time. If that happens, that could actually make it easier to get the run game going. I'm just theorizing. I'm trying to think like Kyle Shanahan. This has got to be the way it's got to work this week because you got to get something going against the Hawks. So this is my plan. And I'm not sure if it's going to work, but I'm hoping it does. So that being the case, get ready. Did I say anything? I guess I said I picked enough meat off that bone with last week's game. I don't want to say any much more about it anyway. But let me say this, though. They're going to pull Zane Babels like a bad tooth. You read probably already the message. It was that Laken Tomlinson will be auditioning for the left guard position. So what does that mean? That means we're not gonna embarrass Zane Babels by saying he's been replaced. We're gonna say that Laken is coming in to audition for the place. So in that case, this week, Laken Tomlinson next to Joe Staley. Kilgore's still gonna be at center. I don't know what to do about this. Nothing can be done about that. We don't have. Oh, hey. Magnus is not ready yet. So we're going to still have to go to Fusco next to him, and of course, Trent Brown. Only 2 guys. So we'll be okay, right? Murphy's Law snuck up on us. Reuben Foster goes down in a heap. And did it freak you out? Did it freak you? Oh, no, it did, man. Reuben. At the slow-mo, they showed it afterward. You see Reuben's going down. It looks like he buckled at the knee. He's grabbing his leg. It's his ankle. Kyle Shanahan came out and already said, He'll be out a month. Now, for those of you who've heard 4, 6, 8 weeks or whatever it was, I think that's wrong. Reuben Foster, first of all, is not going to be contained for that length of time. This guy loves to play, and I got a feeling he's going to heal up. And probably he's going to be pushed to let the 49ers let him come back out there within 3 weeks. We got to have a franchise defense guy like Reuben Foster. He won't be there this week, though, but he'll be around for the next game, so, you know. All right, let me say a few words about, oh, bounce, roll, skate. Russie, you should have known better than to do that ad. You were going to have to pay for that. See, this is why I give the 49ers an edge this week, and for this reason. And I want to thank Russell Wilson for inspiring the troops such as he has, because normally going into the clink means no matter what team you are, because Harbaugh used to go in there with some of the best teams we've had of all time and still get beat. But here's the thing. With Russie having fired up the troops in this fashion, I think there's a new inspiration in Santa Clara. The 49ers are going to come out blazing on defense. I mean, like we probably never seen them in a long, long time. So if Russell Wilson's going to watch Russell Wilson put the 49ers on skates. If he's going to put the 49ers on skates, I like that. So I hope they're just playing that all week long. Actually, they should play it in the locker room with the 49ers. Just keep that on a loop. Roll, bounce, bounce. Russie Wilson forgot he doesn't have an offensive line. Our offensive line may be in trouble, but it doesn't look anything worse than the Seattle Seahawks. You watched them when they played against the Green Bay Packers, right? Russell Wilson was digging himself out of the dirt all day long. I feel like that's going to happen. Remember what we did to Sam Bradford in Minnesota? Look for that same complexion in this game to take place. I really feel and believe that's going to happen. With that said, drum roll, please. And hey, wait, stop the drum roll. Aaron Lynch will be inserted in the lineup this weekend. Dang it, Saleh. Stop the feud. Aaron Lynch has got to be on hand this weekend so we can make this happen. This is one of those things that will fire the 49ers up for the rest of the season. This could be a pivotal game. If not, I'm not saying the season's over, but this game could be ultra important if the 49ers go up there with the right attitude and pull this off. I'm saying this because of what we've already seen. The Hawks are notorious. Every year they start off slow. This time last year, the Rams went in and manhandled them and beat them 3-0. Remember, was that 6 or 3? I believe it was somewhere between 3 and 6. They can't score for some reason in the beginning of the season. This is not going to change this week, fam. I know I've been going along with everybody else talking about how hard the Hawks is. The odds makers have put the Hawks up a 13.5 favorite. Get the out of here. Rams. Should I say, if the Rams can do it, the 49ers can do it. We win this game. The 49ers will score 17 points this Sunday. Don't look at me like that. 49ers 17, Hawks 10. That's as much as they're going to be able to come up with. It's just that time of year with that team. We're coming in possibly at exactly the right time. And you know what's even better about that? Because by the time we get to the last game we play these guys, the 49ers will have fully installed the offensive program, and it could be headed toward the right direction. Hey, I'm serious. 17-10. 49ers. You know what I'm gonna do right now? I'm gonna go to Seattle. Seattle faithful waits. I want to talk to him. He's in the city. Let's go check him out right now. You're gonna love this guy. Let's go talk to him right now. Bam, as you already know, there is not a person in the Niner Empire that is not aware of the fact that we will be playing the Seattle Seahawks. There's only 2 times a year when you just sort of have that feeling. We'll be playing the Hawks this weekend, and I went up to Seattle to find Alex. Alex, Alex, are you a chapter leader or what? I mean, what's going on with you, man? I feel something pumping here that you're just really 49er faithful, but there's more to that, more to you than even that. What's going on, man?
I've got the energy of all 3,000 of the Seattle Niners faithful pumping through my bloods. I am the chapter president and founder of this chapter of the Niner Empire up here. It's been a wild ride, obviously, a kind of short story, but there was that game we don't really want to talk about that we lost. It was kind of a big one. And, fade, all that, yuck. And I had decided, I was sitting in a room full of Seahawks fans, and it was terrible. And they were mean and nasty, icky, and I, felt them Seahawk cooties getting all over me. And I said, that's it. I'm not doing this no more. So I went out and I found a few buddies. We kind of built a group, and it's actually exploded all the way up to 3,000 members now. We have a bunch of huge get-togethers, 5 viewing locations throughout the Seattle area. Every week we're out there, and we do a lot of cool stuff in the community too. So it's awesome, man.
That's impressive, Alex. That really is. Yeah. Well, I tell you what. In fact, let's go ahead and tell people now. If you're in the Seattle area and you didn't know, well, there you go. Alex, how can they contact you, man?
So you can find me on Twitter is probably the easiest way because I'm pretty much glued to that thing all the time, right? At Seattle Faithful on Twitter, right there. If you go on Facebook, you can find us, Seattle Niners Faithful. We have a website, seattlefaithful.com. We have an event section on there. You can find out about all the cool stuff that we're doing this weekend. Which, maybe we can touch on in a little bit, but it's going to be awesome, man. It's going to be great.
You know it. All right, Alex. Now let's get down to the pins and needles and little lines. Here's the thing, Alex. We watched the 49ers yesterday. Offensively, do they look like they're ready to win? Are they ready to play? What was wrong with the offensive line? Everything you can see going on out there. What is your feeling about that? I mean, are we going to be okay?
Probably not this year, but eventually. No, I mean, I think it's one of those things where, if you squint really hard, you could find positives out of there. I like the system. It's certainly more exciting, I think. Even as bad as it looked yesterday, you can see those little glimpses. Hey, look, we're a couple deep catches away from a pretty exciting outcome, maybe, right? Maybe not a win, but maybe a little more competitive of a game. So I think you're finding things inside of Kyle Shanahan's system that are nice, but we have to find the right blocks. And, hey, brick by brick, right? So we got a couple good bricks.
We got the bricks.
Mine here, our club from, this is our replica one from Levi Stadium, but we got to find some better bricks on the field to really build that foundation. And I it's only one game. I try not to get, too hyperbolic and stuff like that, but I would say we're headed in the right direction. Once we get those proper pieces, I think we'll be all right. But yesterday, no good.
But were you impressed now? Have you probably been through social media already? Were you impressed with the fact that Kyle did go 4th and 1, 4th and 2? A lot of fans, and and if you're a fan, I saw you on Facebook and some of those. I didn't say anything to you, so don't take it personally. The folks that are listening to me right now, but listen, I'm saying, are we getting overreaction from people saying, "What was Kyle Shanahan? What was he thinking? We're 4th and 1, 4th and 2." Yeah, people are all upset. Is that something? Did you appreciate that, or were you one of the folks who was bothered?
Well, I'll tell you what. There's a kind of I don't know if you ever play blackjack. But there's kind of a theory, right? If you've got a 16 and the dealer's showing a 10, right? If you're going to hit, you got to do it every single time. You can't just do it once because you do it once and you bust and then you're scared to do it again. That's not how you play, right? So I think that what I took from that is we did start to see a little bit of what Kyle Shanahan as a complete control of the team and especially the offense is going to be. And he's going to have some guts. So you go for it once, you don't make it. You get that almost darn near the same exact situation, same place of the field, right? You got to go for it again. And it's one of those goats or heroes types of things, right? But you can't say, because what if he doesn't go for it either time? Right? And people, oh, come on, man, throw some balls, whatever, right? So to me, you either hate it all the time or you love it all the time. And for me, like we were just talking about, they got a way to go to find those bricks to build this foundation. He's got to find himself as a coach, just as we're trying to find players finding themselves as a player. And hey, I love it. Throw your philosophy out there, Kyle. Do what you got to do. Figure things out. Learn from mistakes and get better.
Thank you. Now there's more than just you and me and 5 other guys I know. And because I said, some people are overreacting, the knees are jerking out, and everybody's going through crazy things. So I'm saying, I want him to be able. The players loved it, Alex. I've even heard some feedback from some of those guys, and they were saying things like, the coach is showing that kind of faith in us, man. We like it, man. We'll rise to the occasion. That's what you instill that kind of trust in your players. I think that's a good thing. So yeah,
it makes them want to play for him, right?
Now. I think that the offensive line, we know the offensive line, but yesterday the offensive line protected Cam Newton in a way that I was kind of hurt. I came into that game thinking, our defense is ready to roll. There's no team on this planet that's going to stop that attack. And of course, we know that Cam Newton had all day to throw. Now, I attribute that to the fact that maybe our offensive line that we have doesn't really test our defensive line that well. So, and now they've been dragged through the fire, they'll see they need to make a little more adjustments. Russell Wilson, I want you to make this comparison because I already made out, because I'm a biased individual. But I saw Russie, he was killed against Green Bay. Can we replicate that?
Listen, hey, I don't know if we will replicate it, but you don't get, honestly, as bad as our offensive line is, I really think Seattle's is, I don't know how much worse, but it's worse. If we can't get pressure against this offensive line, then we're definitely going to have to be going back to the drawing board with our pass rush. Because, yeah, I mean, we got nothing going yesterday. And, that's not a great offensive line that we played yesterday. And I kind of thought we should have got a little bit more. And they're just, I mean, man, he just had all day sometimes. So, yeah, they got to come out firing. And, Salah's got to figure some things out and get those guys in position to be going out there flying. He knows. These guys know, right, what's going on in Seattle. Okay, so they got to know a little bit, hopefully a little bit of that info that he saw when he was there. Knowing about things will help our offensive line, and then maybe also help coach up his defense to go after theirs.
Hey man,
maybe.
I hope so. And and with no Aaron Lynch, I was a little concerned with that yesterday because I know Aaron Lynch. He has an attitude a little bit, and he does some other things that people complain about. But I don't care what anybody says about Aaron Lynch. This is my favorite dog. This is the guy I put at the Leo position, and I know he's going to get it done. We didn't see him yesterday. You've seen those photos probably. How many times have you seen Aaron Lynch looking, my favorite photo, as Aaron is looking down at Russell Wilson laying down on the ground, and I can just hear him say things like, get up, you know. Right. I said, so we got to have Aaron Lynch this Sunday. Are you in agreement with that?
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe now it comes out today that Kyle says that he was actually healthy enough to play. So, he will now this time, right? Obviously, we're down a linebacker. Unfortunately, that sucks. So I think, we're gonna have to step this up. We're gonna have to find something happening from some other place on the field, and maybe being out that game now, knowing that he was healthy enough to start, and especially Kyle saying it out loud. Maybe that'll just give him that little bit of extra hunger and fire to want to go out there and rip some heads off, huh?
I hope so, because they listed him as being, I think it was questionable. There's two categories now. They took out probable. They took out probable. Mm-hmm. I think it's called questionable now, and doubtful, right? They took out one category they've been using for years. So I saw his name on there, and they put him, all week because he supposedly had a back problem. And then at the last minute, they put him in an active list. And I says, oh, no. So maybe. But you mentioned, I'm knowing you want to talk about it. You just mentioned Reuben Foster. Share some thoughts on that, because I'm in pain, but
deflating. I mean, I was at one of our viewing parties. We had about 105 faithful in there in Seattle. By the way, that was one of them. It was awesome. We had all this energy, right? First game of the season, everybody's all excited. He was flying all over the field, right? He was in there. Things were going. I mean, it's not like things were going great. There were still no points on the board or anything like that. But man, you talk about just flipping a switch when he went down, and it's like. You go, when you have 100 people jam-packed into a small space and you kind of have that buzz and that noise, just pin drop. And everybody knew, and it's like, no. Yeah. So, but thankfully, maybe it's high ankle sprains, no joke.
No, that's true.
Now, right, we know that, right? I mean, this could be a long process. So, maybe it's only 5 or 6 weeks, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more. Hopefully that's it, though. And because, man, boy, that guy, he's going to be something else. I mean, I think we found a dog, right? I think we found a guy who's going to go out there, and he loves. Look at the joy that it looks like he has all the time when he plays and stuff. So I'm so excited for him, man. I hope he heals up, and because I really think we got us a great player there.
He's headed for fame, and like you say, 5 or 6 weeks. Here's a guy that's his shoulder was operated on just recently. And we use the word recently as I mean, because most people are going to take a lot longer than that. Reuben Foster's already out in action. They had to contain him. They had spies watching him so he wouldn't get out of the field. So I got a feeling he could be back sooner than later. So.
Right. Some guys do heal a little bit quicker.
Yeah, and this guy will play badly. So, yeah, got my fingers crossed.
He wants to go out there this weekend. I think if they said, okay, go ahead, Reuben, he'd go out there and hobble and go, get over here, wrestle, get over here.
He even told one of the people at ESPN, he even told him, he says, hey, I'll be ready for Seattle. I said, poor Reuben. I love him, but he's not going to be ready for Seattle this weekend. Reuben, calm down and rest that leg. Oh God! Hey, anything else you want to run across? Anything you mentioned some things are going on with the chapter.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
So this weekend, we have some good stuff going on Saturday, 11 a.m. We're going to be at a spot called Aston Manor. It's normally an exclusive nightclub in Seattle in the Soto district. That's south of downtown for people not from here. And at 11 a.m., the team is hosting a rally, an invasion that we work with them on every year. They're going to bring up all kinds of cool stuff like signed merchandise, game-worn stuff, all kinds of cool swag to give out and raffle off to people. We leave from there, and every year, this is my favorite event that we do all year long of everything that we do. We welcome the team at the airport. It's called our airport greeting. So we line up, and if you go on Twitter, maybe I'll post a video here in a little bit and pin it to my profile at Seattle Faithful. And the team did an episode of The Faithful on us a couple years ago, and it's the opening scene of that, and it's really cool, man. Like we just line up. We'll have anywhere between 150 to 300 people out there, depending on the year, the time. And we just line up the streets. The buses pull out, and it lasts like 90 seconds. But it's the best 90 seconds of the year, man, just screaming and hollering. These guys will be posting on social media. You'll see it, man. You'll see pictures and videos coming from players out this weekend, talking about the support that we're showing out there, and that makes us feel really good. So that's Saturday.
Yes.
Rally, airport greeting, and then we'll go up and we know kind of where they stay, so we'll do some autograph stalking up there too on the down low. And then Sunday, we'll be back at Aston Manor, 9 a.m., and we'll be having a tailgate party. We're going to have all kinds of cool stuff out. I think they're going to have like a mechanical bull and a mechanical surfboard out there for us. Free games for kids, food, drink specials, live DJ spinning. We're going to be having a great time. And then it's about a mile from the stadium, so people that have tickets will all march down together in one big kind of unison and in numbers, right? Go out to the game. And people that unfortunately weren't able to score tickets because they are unfortunately expensive and hard to come by. We're going to have a big viewing party right there at Aston Manor. 40-foot LED screens. It's going to be off the hook, man. It's going to be great. Yeah, the owner of this joint is a big Niners fan. He hosts us for free, just puts on a great party for us. So, man, it's going to be a great time. So if you are in Seattle, at Seattle Faithful on Twitter or seattlefaithful.com, you'll see our event section on there, man. We'd love to have all the faithful that we can up there, man. We're going to turn this town red and gold, and we're going to light it on fire. It's going to be awesome. Win, lose, or draw, baby. We're going to have a good, or as a good friend of mine says, win or lose, I still booze. So come out and have a drink with me, baby.
That is awesome, because I talked to so many people out of Seattle on the radio show and everything else. So if you caught that, Alex is your man at Seattle Faithful. Is that right? Right? At Seattle Faithful. And you will get any question you got, hit him up with it, friend him up, and get ready to get involved. Alex, God, man, you got me, Paul. I can't wait till Sunday. I hate Mondays. It takes so long to get there to Sunday.
I just want to reach to the screen and give you a big high five and a hug.
Give me a high five, man. An electronic high five. Boom.
Ooh, wow.
Alex, we just scored the winning touchdown. We're at the clink. What is going to be your reaction? 3, 2, 1.
Go Niners! That good for you?
Now that is a real 49er fan. You can tell us that there's no doubt about it. Roll, bounce, shake. Alex! I like this dude. Alex, when I get to Seattle, man, we're going to hang out. Ah, God. I can't wait for this game. Just a little while longer. We'll get it. The vibe is getting stronger and stronger. Listen, Red and Gold Radio, let me tell you about that right now because I want you to join us, especially this week. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, we get together and we talk nothing but 49ers football, couple hours. It depends on how many callers we get. It's a call-in show. All you need is a Ronbo Sports app. You get all the information and details on how you can participate and be a part of the show. You got to see this, man. It's full entertainment. Since we've started, we've got characters that come in there. They got names now. It's just a whole, it's amazing. It's an experience you'll love. 49er fans have got to do Red and Gold Radio. Ronbo Sports app, get it. You can download it. Get all the instructions right there and you can join us. Sunday, in your face, at your place. Ooh. We will do it. And we will enjoy this game together. And I'm telling you right now, I got a good feeling about this. Afterward, of course, we'll talk about it. Ronbo Sports app is all you need, of course, as I say. Get the app, all the instructions right in there. You can call in and participate. And we'll roll, bounce, bounce, shake. That's going to be the theme for the 49ers for the rest of the season. This is going to be the game that brings us off the snide, all right? Hey, please hit like. Hit the like. Don't forget to hit the like. Share, and please go ahead and subscribe so we can always find you. I'll see you all on social media. Count me out.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have these secrets.